Hi everybody, welcome back to Horror and Sci-Fi Collectibles. For this video I'm going to take a look at my Bubba Hotep set from NECA. So these two, they did not come in the same package or anything like that. When I say set, I mean they just coordinate with each other. These were part of Cult Classics Series 3 back in 2006 or so. Based on the movie, of course, that came out in 2002, starring Bruce Campbell, Ossie Davis, directed by Don Coscarelli, so it also featured Reggie Bannister from Phantasm as the nursing home administrator. So let's get started first, I think, by looking at Bubba. Sorry for the fact that my lighting is from above. I'll tilt him back so you can see the face. And we'll start with the face sculpt. They didn't really show him up close in the movie. Real great. When they did, it was low lighting. So I think personally that face is, I'm trying to get it to focus here, sorry. I personally think that face is just a little bit more wrinkled and alarmed looking than he was in the movie. But I still like it. It's pretty cool. Of course, he's got ratty clothing all around. Let me turn that DVD so it doesn't glare so bad. Ratty clothing all around. Actually, he's still got the price tag on his hind end from where I bought him. So in an earlier video, I talked about Quake Collectibles up in Schaumburg, and he had $28 stuck on him, and the owner ended up selling him to me for $20. Complete, but not in the package, so I was happy with $20. Looking at his base here, you get the license plate from the crash bus that he came out of. He does come off the base, but he does not stand well at all on his own, so he kind of needs his base. A little bit of weeds there, a rock, just some stuff under his feet, nothing big. His arms move. He's got his thumb hooked here so it grabs his belt. I just leave it close and turn the other arm up. And his head does move back and forth. It does not move front to back, just side to side. His hat is very rubbery around the edges. Of course, the feather, very light material. Not real feathers, of course, just more of a very thin plastic. Of course, his hair is there. You can see his bones, his spines, reminiscent of Jason from Friday the 13th, Part 7. But overall, nice figure. I'm glad I got him for $20, add him to my collection. A quick look at him this evening on eBay and Amazon. For eBay, to get this one, you're looking probably about $40 in the package, new. But maybe a little cheaper than that. If he's loose, maybe 30 if he's loose. So, but then over on Amazon, anywhere between 40 and 100. There was one seller that had him for $100, and I can't figure out why, other than that person must think he's made out of gold. So we'll put him to the side and focus now on Sebastian Haff, Elvis. I love this figure. He's very cool. He has chains on his waist hanging off of his big belt. He's got his mojo bag that he kept Kemosabe's mask in, and his roommate's Purple Heart, of course, in the movie, for good luck at the end. Glasses are not removable. They're part of the sculpt. His head moves a little bit, but not very much. He's not too posable in that. His arms do go up and down, and that's really about it. Other than that, he's a very static figure. You can, move him around with his walker a little bit. Of course, he does not stand well on his own without the base either. Their bases do not go together, though they look like they could. The way that comes down when I first got Bubba, I thought maybe the bases locked together, and they don't, not in any satisfactory manner. Of course, he's got his rings on. You know, a good sculpt in the face of Bruce Campbell wearing the makeup. Maybe a little bit older looking, in fact, than he was in the movie. But I think he looks pretty good overall. So I bought this one actually when he was new, when NECA released the Cult Classics back then. And I think at the time I gave, between $15 and $20 for him, about the regular price. Of course, you can flip his cape up a little bit. I guess he does rotate a little bit in the waist, but not very much. I didn't want to rotate him too much because he didn't in the movie. He wasn't a very nimble guy in the movie, so I just leave him straight on like that, not turned to the side or anything. But again, as far as pricing goes, he was $15 to $20 new. Quick search tonight, looking around on eBay to start off with, you're looking anywhere from $30 to $70, and that is really taking into account whether he's new in the box or loose. Most of the loose ones did not have the walker included, or maybe they were missing the mojo bag, things like that, or maybe they didn't even have the base. Now the walker, it broke on me a few years ago right there at that joint, and I was able to glue it back together. Other than that, pretty sturdy figure. This is just a little bit chintzy, so be careful with it. Don't let anything too hard hit it. On Amazon, he's $100 even. I only saw one source for him, so if you're going to try to get one of these, go out to eBay. Actually, I've never run across either one of these at any of my conventions I go to, but that doesn't really mean anything. That just depends on which vendor you're lucky enough to run into. But overall, very, very cool figures. It's a movie that the people that I introduced to this movie, it seems like they either love it or hate it, and more often than not, they love it. So that's a very good thing. And when people come over at my house and they're looking at my collection and they see Elvis, right away they know it and they love it and go, "Oh wow, you got the Bubba Hotep figure. That is so funny. I love that movie," and we get to talking about it. Good movie. A lot of heart to the movie, I think. It deals with the issues of getting older and facing mortality and deciding did you really contribute something in your life, or did you make the most out of your life? When you try to describe to somebody the plot of the movie being about Elvis. Elvis did not really die. He's stuck in an old folks home in East Texas, and he's there with a black man who thinks that he's JFK, that has been dyed black to be hidden in the government conspiracy, and they team up together to fight a mummy. You get a lot of weird looks out of people. If you're a fan of the movie, I'm sure that you've gotten looks like that when you try to explain it. And if I tell people, just bear with it, because it's a good movie, I think, with a good plot, great acting, great direction. Of course, you got Don Coscarelli that did Phantasm. You got Bruce Campbell that we all know and love. He very underrated actor, very underrated movie in my opinion. So if you haven't seen Bubba Hotep, go out and see it. If you have, go look for these figures. I don't think you'll be disappointed. So with that. Again, this is the Horror and Sci-Fi Collectibles channel. Like and subscribe. More to come. Thank you.